I don't know how big to draw this thing. And my answer to you is, does it matter? Right? It does not matter. So if you remember when we first started talking about scale and proportion was one of the first things we really spoke about. I said that sometimes it is quite important to know the difference between scale and proportion. So your scale is fairly unlimited at this point. You could zoom in or out on this thing as big as you want it, right? You could make it as big as this room if you want it. But the proportion you're kind of stuck with here, because if you see this inner hub, the center of this hub, relative to the spoke connections, has to be a certain proportion. If you had this great big hub and this super tiny connector for the spoke, that would look pretty awkward, right? So proportion matters. Scale does not on this particular one. So that should help kind of drive how you're doing this thing. Overall, when I'm looking at this, it's a series of circles. And again, does it matter how many circles there are there? Sure, because proportionally, we need to keep that correct, okay? So that part is going to matter. How many lines? You're welcome to count them. I'm gonna say a lot. That's a good number, all right? So again, it doesn't matter exactly for certain things, because again, you know, if you wanted to spend all day and count those things, there's 222 of them, I don't know. That would be great. If someone gets that close to your work on an item that is not dimensioned, when they lean in to count, just poke them in the eye, all right? Fix all that.
It's one of those, if you could read this,
That's
you're a
right.
little too
Yeah,
darn
too
close.
close, yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of start developing this, and I would highly recommend that you work along with me on this one.